Digital Marketing 60. So this is the last lesson for this week. And we continue with digital marketing strategy formulation. So at the end of this lesson, you need to be able to make decisions on organizational capabilities and governance to support digital transformation. So I know you guys think you are still young to be able to make decisions on organizational capabilities. Welcome to adulthood, guys. Adulthood does not only mean coming up with responsibilities in societies, it is also coming up with responsibilities at corporate level, at career level. So realize that as much as you think that the jobs that you are going to be looking for at the moment is internship and it's more junior and entry level, but there will be many scenarios because the management knows that you are equipped with a diploma or with a degree in digital marketing. They can also be able to consult you on decisions about the organizational capabilities and governance. So governance is not only at executive level, it can be at managerial level as well as at lower level, because some companies do actually realize that you find critical thinking, you find intelligence, you find creativity at the lowest rank of the hierarchy. So you guys are capable of making decisions and you are capable of being managing director. You might be needing experiences here and there, but yes, this lesson is going to also equip you with techniques on how to make decisions on organizational capabilities and governance to support digital transformation. So we need to think about digital transformation. What is digital transformation, guys? Is it the first time you are hearing the word digital transformation?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Makosazana, is this the first? Okay. So digital transformation, let me see how I can put it. Digital transformation is the process of using digital technologies to create new or modifying existing business processes, culture, and customer experiences to meet changing business and marketing requirements. So the reimagination of a business in the digital age is called digital transformation. So realize that digital marketing is also part of digital transformation, because the moment the organization adopts digital marketing management, its culture, its staff, its skills, its resources, it actually shifts to suit or to accommodate that digital transformation. Does it make sense?
So can you make an example of that digital transformation?
Okay, so you have got a hardware in your suburb. You've got a hardware, a shop in your suburb that sells DIY tools. You know, that's why they do. Every Fridays, they deliver a brochure in the entire neighborhood. So they've got a driver who drops the brochures about the promotions that are happening every Friday in the morning. Then they only accept cash payment. So you need to go to the shop to get the DIY tools, and you pay only with cash. So that's how they do their stuff. Then they've noted the relevance of their customers being in the digital community. So all of a sudden, they've looked for POS machines where they accept cards payments, which is digital. All of a sudden, they are no longer dropping the brochures at the gates, but in fact, they've got a newsletter. So they've been extracting the details from their customers. They've got a database of their customers, and they've got a weekly newsletter that they send out in form of emails to their customers about that brochure. And they now have shipping services. So you have got an option to buy online. They've got a website, something that they didn't have before. Now you've got an option to buy online. You can either click on deliver the product or pay online and pick up the product at the shop. When you do the deliveries, it is also eligible for cash payment. And they do have the addresses, the birthdays of their regular customers, and so on. So realize that they are accommodating digital transformation. So they are migrating to digital platforms, something that they never considered before. So even their tools, even the systems that they've been using, they've revolutionized them. So they've deliberately removed everything that is sort of traditional, and they have digitalized everything. They no longer print, they're now using virtual scanners and so on. So that becomes a digital transformation that they've done. They've imagined their business to suit the digital age. They have transformed their business from traditional to digital. Even the staff that they were using, they either got the new staff who are tech savvy, or they trained the existing staff that was not familiar with all these digital capabilities before. Does my example make any sense?
Yes, it does make sense. Would you say that an example of digital transformation is what we see now in the healthcare industry, where you don't really have to physically go to the doctor anymore? You can have the consultation online.
Yes,
Okay.
that's correct. Even schools having these online classes is part of digital transformation. But you don't just do digital transformation for the sake of it. You need to see the need of it. You need to see the compatibility of it. But COVID-19 enabled digital transformation for most organizations. And now load shedding is actually uh, having more businesses reconsider the digital transformation. For example, with these online classes, if it's becoming very difficult for the lecturers and very difficult for the students, then why must we still continue using digital platforms to have online classes whereby we do not have power for it, we do not have any electricity for it? I don't know if you get what I mean. So you need the resources, you need to do a situation and transformation can take place. So this is part of Section 9, where we talk about the 7S framework, and this is a sort of revision, because the 7S framework touch on everything that an organization is capable of. With the example of a DIY hardware store that I gave you guys, you can actually use the 7S framework on it. What are the 7S, guys, that we spoke about at the beginning of the year? Let's see if you still have digital marketing in mind.
Is it the one where there's staff, style,
Mm-hmm.
um, strategy,
Mm-hmm.
um, strategic something? Yeah, I only remember those three.
There's skills,
Yes.
shared values. Anyway, at least if you can still remember them, that's actually okay, because I just wanted to find out if you guys are aware of the 7S. So to realize that the 7S actually encompasses the whole organization. So its strategy, what is it that it does for existence? How does it make income? How does it deal with its employees? How does it position itself in communities? Does it contribute to social welfare and so on? Then you've got skills, you've got shared values, you've got style. So those are things that determines the organization's capability. But I'll encourage you to again the 7S. As you can see, it's on page 73 and it's on page 23. And that's way back on something that we did at the beginning of the year. And now we are on page, I think we're just after page 170, if I remember very well. So look at the 7S model and think about the organizational capabilities in terms of the skills as well. So the organization is not only determined by the product or the services that it offers. So yes, there are certain organizations that can be determined by the product, such as Apple. You see the quality of the iPhones and stuff like that. But some can be determined by the skills that they have. Think about Google. Think about Woolies, the stuff that you get from there. Think about also the resources that the organizations have in terms of the trolleys, how people compare trolleys from Woolies and trolleys um, from ShopRite. Think about the organizational structure. Some organizations have got an open structure where the managing director or the chief executive officer can easily interact with manual workers on the ground. Whereas some organizations, it's actually very, very taboo or very rare for someone who's a manual worker, who is at the lowest rank of the structure of the organization, to have a tea with the managing director. So the structure also have something to do with organizational capabilities. The style, the way of doing things, the shared values, all those things do matter on organizational capabilities. And now, how do organizational capabilities contribute to strategy formulation? Why are we considering them as part of the decisions that we need to consider when formulating a strategy? It is because whatever digital marketing strategy you come up with, you need to think about how that strategy fits in the entire organizational capability. So in terms of skills, how is it going to fit in with the skills that are required for the organization and for the strategy to be achieved? To think about the structure, how is the digital marketing strategy going to fit in with the structure of the organization? So if you don't have access to the management, how are you going to implement that strategy, for example? Or if you have got complete access to the structure of the management, how easy is it going to be to implement that that digital marketing strategy? So this is why organizational capabilities are very relevant to a digital marketing strategy, because the success and the failure of, and even the progress of that digital marketing strategy can be determined by the organizational capabilities. There are so many strategies that are being developed out there, but they are not progressing because of the 7S program, because the 7S framework, because the structure do not allow it to progress, because the style of that company do not allow it to progress, because the shared values of that company do not allow it to progress. Think about a strategy that is more inclusive, that accommodates everyone in societies, and all of a sudden, as part of the shared values of an organization, it is more hostile to uh, LGBTQ communities. So it means that the digital marketing strategy is not going to be compatible with the shared values of what that organization stands for. Do I make any sense, people?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is how you're going to make the decisions on governance. This is how you're going to make the decisions of on organizational capabilities, because sometimes digital marketing strategies can be so cute, they can be so brilliant, they can be so wow, so marvelous, but they cannot fit in the 7S framework. They cannot fit in with the organization capabilities of that company. Are there any questions? Are there any comments and any questions, guys?
Nothing from my side, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. So that's it about this week's lesson. And I hope you guys are digesting everything that you are getting. And don't just put it in mind. Be able to think about the scenarios that you come across on a daily basis. When you read news or when you find out about something that is happening in marketing, try by all means to fit in the things that you are learning here, because the more you apply a digital marketing concept to a real life scenario, the more it stays in your mind, rather than just keeping the theory in mind. Be able to apply it. I always use it in real life situations. As I've always told you guys, that most of these strategies that we come up with, you can apply them in your mjolo. Yes, you treat your mjolo as a brand, that mjolo as a brand, then you can know how you move forward. And you can also be able to afford to avoid some of the heartbreaks. You can use it even in your family management, in your conflict resolution management, or in something that you're facing even with your assignments as a student. So think about this, the SOSTAC, the SOSTAC uh, strategy planning framework. You can always come up with strategies that have got nothing to do with marketing, but that can elevate your life, be it when you are looking for jobs or when you are doing something for yourself. It's easy to be a good strategist because you are doing marketing. You can never let them nisa you in Mjolo when you are a good strategist, when you're a good planner, when you are good with tactics. No ways, guys. You know, you just don't have to think emotionally, because in digital marketing, we base things on facts. We do the macro analysis, we do all those things, the situation analysis, the objectives, the strategy, and so on. Once you use your facts, you are never going to get lost. But if you use emotions, then you can always be misled. That's it about this week, guys, and I wish you a peaceful and warm weekend. And don't forget about your studies. And thank you so much for attending this session in the morning, as many people are actually sleeping now, especially considering the weather that in many aspects of Johannesburg, it was raining.
Okay. Thank you for the lesson, sir.
Okay, it's my pleasure.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.